So now I did add these features that allow me to add a username and choose a difficulty level. And of course, we could continue tweaking this and, for example, make sure that all these different difficulty levels feel right and feel the way they should feel. But I'll instead continue here and I'll add this last feature, which makes sure that the game also basically keeps track of the number of rounds it took a player to win, and which makes sure that this high score also gets saved to a text file and gets displayed whenever the game is over. Now, to add that feature, I'll send another follow-up message where I'll say, now also add a high score feature to the game. And I'll then describe this feature to give ChatGPT more information, because context and information is key, as you learned. So here I'll describe this high score feature, and I'll say that for every username, the game should keep track of the rounds it took the user to win the game. I'm of course not interested in losing, I'm only interested in the rounds it took the user to win the game. The username rounds combinations should then be ordered by the number of rounds, ascending or in ascending order, so that the lowest number of rounds is at the top. The high score should be saved in a text file, and the updated high score should be displayed after every game if the player won. So that's the prompt I want to try here. It hopefully contains all the information needed to add this feature, and therefore I'll send it to ChatGPT. And it then, in my case here, tells me which changes must be made to add this feature. And then it hopefully also goes ahead and gives me the updated code. So let's see whether that's the case. Yes, here it is. It's giving me this updated code. And it will take a while to output this code. It will also most likely get stuck again, so that I have to continue. But then, once it is done, we will hopefully have a game that does have this extra high score feature integrated. So here it did indeed get stuck again. So I'll just send this follow-up message to make sure it continues and formats the code as code. And I can of course already go ahead and copy this first part of the updated code and replace my code with it. And then we'll just have to add in the missing part here. And for that, of course, I'll first wait until it's done generating that code. Here we go. That's the remaining code. I'll copy it, paste it in here, save this, and execute it again. And now I can enter my username, easy, strong, and then keep on hammering that monster. And here I see my high score with the max number of rounds. Now I'll play again and just use regular attacks, which again took me 5 rounds. And I'll now stop this and restart the game so that I can enter another name, Maximilian, instead of Max. And I'll choose easy again, but this time I'll take a bit longer because I'll also heal myself. And it took me 6 rounds, and indeed I see both users with their number of rounds until they won here. And I see that the user with the lower number of rounds seems to be on top. The other user is below that user, and I have this high scores text file where this information also gets saved. Now if I delete the first row in there so that I only have Maximilian, which took 6 rounds here, and I'll quit this game and restart, and I'll add Max again, and I'll try to win faster. I just want to confirm whether this player really is on top, and yes, that's the case. So therefore now I can see that this feature indeed works the way it should work.